Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 2, Text 4. Nārāyaṇaṁ namaskṛtya naraṁ caiva narottamam devīṁ sarasvatīṁ vyāsaṁ tato jayam udīrayet narayaṇaṁ namaskṛtya naraṁ caiva narottamam devīṁ sarasvatīṁ vyāsaṁ tato jayam udīrayet nārāyaṇaṁ namaskṛtya naraṁ caiva narottamam devīṁ sarasvatīṁ vyāsaṁ tato jayam udīrayet nārāyaṇaṁ namaskṛtya naraṁ caiva narottamam devīṁ sarasvatīṁ vyāsaṁ tato jayam udīrayet nārāyaṇaṁ namaskṛtya naraṁ caiva narottamam devīṁ sarasvatīṁ vyāsaṁ tato jayam udīrayet
Nārāyaṇaṁ namaskṛtya
naraṁ caiva narottamam devīṁ sarasvatīṁ vyāsaṁ tato jayam udīrayet nārāyaṇaṁ, the personality of Godhead. Namaskṛtya, after offering respectful obeisances. Naraṁ, caiva, and nārāyaṇa Ṛṣi. Narottamam, the supermost human being. Devīṁ, the goddess Sarasvatī. The goddess. Sarasvatīṁ, the mistress of learning. Vyāsaṁ, Vyāsadeva. Tataha, thereafter. Jayam, all that is meant for conquering. Udīrayet, be announced. Translation purport by His Divine Grace Śrīla A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Śrīla Prabhupada. Translation: before reciting this Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, which is the very means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisances unto the Personality of Godhead, Nārāyaṇa, unto Nara-nārāyaṇa Ṛṣi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Sarasvatī, the goddess of learning, and unto Śrīla Vyāsadeva, the author. Purport: all the Vedic literatures and the Puranas are meant for conquering the darkest region of material existence. The living being is in the state of forgetfulness of his relation with God due to his being overly attracted to material sense gratification from time immemorial. His struggle for existence in the material world is perpetual, and it's not possible for him to get out of it by making plans. If he at all wants to conquer this perpetual struggle for existence, he must re-establish his eternal relation with God. And one who wants to adopt such remedial measures must take shelter of literatures such as the Vedas and the Puranas. Foolish people say that the Puranas have no connection with the Vedas. However, the Puranas are supplementary explanations of the Vedas intended for different types of men. All men are not equal. There are men who are conducted by the mode of goodness, others who are conducted by the mode of passion, and others who are under the mode of ignorance. The Puranas are so divided that any class of men can take advantage of them and gradually regain their lost position and get out of the hard struggle for existence. Śrīla Sutta Goswami shows the way of chanting the Puranas. This may be followed by persons who aspire to be preachers of the Vedic literatures and the Puranas. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam is the spotless Purana, and it is especially meant for them who decide to get out of the material entanglement permanently. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namini Namaste Sarasvate Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschate Deshatadini Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasani Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. nārāyaṇaṁ namaskṛtya naraṁ caiva narottamam devīṁ sarasvatīṁ vyāsaṁ tato jayam udīrayet. Before reciting this Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, which is a very means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisances unto the Personality of Godhead, Nārāyaṇa, unto Nara-nārāyaṇa Ṛṣi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Sarasvatī, the goddess of learning, and unto Śrīla Vyāsadeva, the author. This verse is speaking about how one can conquer over the darkest region of material existence. That's a higher goal in life. But people don't have such idea of such high goals. People from beginning of their education system and while growing up and being influenced by society, they develop different goals. What are their goals? Personal, self goals, or selfish, extended selfishness. Goal for me, or for my family, for my country. Those are the goals pertaining to themselves there. So that's not a high goal. If somebody has a human form, arthadam, it's very valuable. And if you have a human form, especially in India, in Bharat, that's even very high. But anyway, okay, one has a human form. Anyway, one can make a goal in such a way that they attain the greatest treasure. Manushyam manushajam arthadam anityam apiha dhira. Human birth, manushajam arthadam, is a great value. Anityam api, even if it's temporary. One may say it's temporary, I'm going to die. What's the value? The value is in this short time, we can attain the highest goals, which is to awaken our consciousness to Krishna consciousness. That is a goal to have in life. And of course we are in this material world, so we have to survive, but we cannot ignore this highest goal. So here they're speaking about this goal, the goal of attaining Krishna consciousness, conquering over the darkest region of material existence. Vaikuntha is characterized in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam as natadbhāsya suryano shashankāha pāvakaha. There is no light needed, it's effulgent. But this material world it's covered from the rest of from Vaikuntha. It's actually in Vaikuntha area, but covered with some clouds, kind of mode of ignorance. So, having been covered, that light is not coming here. This place is tama, dark area. So, one intelligent person will endeavor to get out of here. This is a very high goal. This is the proper goal to have. So, in order to maintain and follow that goal, one has to study Shastra. Because we are in this world of Maya, we can get sidetracked by the material energy. It's very strong. We are in the kingdom of Maya, trying to practice spiritual life. That's not easy. It's practically, trying to stay dry underwater. We are in the kingdom of Maya. Someone asked Srila Prabhupada once, is there Maya in the temple? No. How is it there's the Maya in the temple? Then Prabhupada said, you tell us where Maya is not, we'll go there. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. But that depends on us. It's our vision. Actually, what we see as Maya, it's our vision. Everything is Krishna's energy, can be used in service of God. So an intelligent person will pick a very high ideal in life. The high ideal is to conquer over this darkness. Otherwise, any other aim we have is simply how to enjoy in the jail, how to get the best meal in the jail, get out of the jail. So here they're speaking about the means of conquest. Tato jayam udīrayet. Literal translation, all that is meant for conquering should be announced. Tato jayam udīrayet. Now they're speaking about Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. The Bhagavatam is the means of conquest. We got a way to get out. And this is a direct way, very direct. It's so direct, people aren't getting it. It's how come? How it's so easy. In one book, they're giving all knowledge about God, whereas in current age and previous ages, people are searching after God with such a, fervor, with such a zest, zeal, enthusiasm. Not enthusiasm is a good word, but the other one. With a great drive, people are searching after God. Or the root of this existence. What is going on in this world? People can't understand. So now we got a book which is explaining everything about God and how this existence started, how we got implicated and how we can come out. And it's so direct that, people aren't getting. It says, how can this be true? They call agnostics. Agnostics, they think God cannot be found. This truth of this world cannot happen. It's not possible. Because they're so much bewildered, it's hard for them to think, Just like a bird in a cage. Whole life it's in the cage. Actually, practical example, I know, that they used to keep in Dar es Salaam in Tanzania, there used to be one kind of restaurant right near the beach, and in the cage there was a lion. So it happened for years and years it was there. One day they went to feed it, someone left the gate open, it came out. So everyone was shocked, they were just standing, not moving. The lion roamed around, roamed, then went back in the cage and just sat there. I don't know what to do. This is all I know. This is what I know. Then they just shut the gate. So we are in this material world, so much conditioned. We are thinking this is a cage, let me just stay here. There's no concept, no drive, no interest to get out because no information. Tamagun. Tamasik. Darkness, we're in darkness. So now when the book has come and explained, no, this is Vaikuntha, this is devīṁ, this is Haridham, Goloka, we have to go there. So now, and people are doubting, is it true? How can it be that it's so easy to get out? We've been suffering so long. Yes, it's true. One has to take shelter and conquer. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam is the means of conquest. The means of conquest should tell us how we are implicated. In Bhagavad Gita it says, in the 15th chapter, about the upside down banyan tree, that shows this world is upside down reflection of the spiritual world. So there it's explained. That analogy is actually very good. It doesn't just come in Gita, it comes in the Upanishads also. I think Kathopanishad it comes. And it comes in another verse within Bhagavatam. There it's called the tree of life. So just try to imagine this tree which grows from the root, and as it grows, it branches out more and more and more and more. So as one becomes implicated in the material world, they get more and more covered and unable to know then where I came from, where am I, more and more. So at the root of the tree, Prabhupada said, at the beginning is Brahma. In Brahma's position, it's easy to understand. Easier, not easy, to understand about God and how we came here and everything. But as we become more implicated in this material world, then you're coming down the tree. In the middle of the tree, there's so many branches. When you look around, you can't find the beginning of the tree. So that's the position. So as we became more implicated in this tree, then to come out is difficult. So the way to come out is we need knowledge. We need knowledge about how we are stuck here, what is sticking us. Then about how to get out. So the way to get out, here is given in Bhagavatam. It says here, it is the means of conquest. This is a Mangalacharan. Sutta Goswami is chanting this, and now many people in ISKCON chant this before giving class. That before reciting Bhagavatam, one should offer respectful obeisances unto the personality of Godhead, Narayan, and naraṁ caiva, narottamam, and Nara-nārāyaṇa Ṛṣi, the supermost human being, then Sarasvatī, the goddess of learning, and Śrīla Vyāsadeva, the author. So we offer obeisance because knowledge will come through them. The words are here, but the knowledge, the revelation has to come in our heart. So we pray for that. And it may be, some people are not so realized and pure that how will this knowledge come to me? But by mercy of Guru, it will come. Mercy of Guru, it will come. By mercy of Vyāsadeva, Nara-nārāyaṇa Ṛṣi, this knowledge can come. We just have to take shelter. Therefore we have Mangal Acharan. To invoke auspiciousness, we chant out names of the Purvacharyas and then we invoke their mercy. Even in a condition where they conditioned souls, in a situation, they want to come to some knowledge and they are not even pure. So they can come together and pray to Krishna, pray to Srila Prabhupada that reveal to us this knowledge. We want to know what is the next step, what to do. Some big, for example, in ISKCON, if there's a big confusion now, what to do, how can we go forward? There's confusion. So what they can do is, of course, we get the acharyas, the highly advanced devotees in our movement. They can decide. Or if they're not there at that place and time particularly, then people who are practicing properly can pray to Krishna and ask for guidance. And from within, Krishna can reveal it. This is going on now. I heard that in Puri, Jagannath Puri, every time there is Navakaleva, changing of the form of the deity, they go to a particular temple, which is a Durga temple, but they'll not say Durga, they say Pimala, Vijaya or something. So they go to that temple, particular temple. Certain people from among the servants of Jagannath, they'll go there and they'll just stay overnight. And overnight, the goddess Devi, she'll in the dream tell one of them where to get that wood. So it's still happening now. It's happening. Even it's happening now. I mean, we know people in dream. A few days ago, one of our colleagues, he's regularly having these dreams. Again, he had a dream, and people are coming and communicating things to him that he owes money. He took books, he didn't pay the money. So in the dream, his aspiring, the guru who he's aspiring for came in his dream and told him, pay the money. So and he messaged me, I'm sorry, I didn't pay the money. I said, okay, pay it. And so that happens, that from inside Krishna can communicate. So in that way, Krishna can communicate the purport, everything. But there's a requirement for that. There's a, not requirement, there's a qualification. Yasya deve parabhakti, yatha deve tatha guru, tasya hi katitha tasya kritikartha prakashante mahatmanaha. Implicit faith in Guru and Krishna. Faith means serving. And in that condition, in that state, we can be revealed the knowledge. We have to take shelter inside. It takes time. And actually you just have to make the decision. Decision has to be made. I heard that one. Simply you decide it. That takes time for some people, years, to surrender inside. Even externally everything is going on. So, but if that happens, then Krishna takes control. And he'll reveal, okay, how to serve me. Till then we have our plan, then he'll not interrupt. Okay, you have your plan, good luck. So here the Purport Prabhupada explains that we were saying that, people have their aims, people have their goals. But it has to be a higher goal. We have to endeavor for such a goal which is perfect, and we don't need to again, struggle. So that final struggle is the struggle to get out of this Maya's grip. That struggle has to happen. And at least for us in this age, that should happen by being fully realizing these teachings of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, by the Bhagavat, which is like a torchlight in this dark age. We can come through, we can go through this. But gradually by reading, one has to become a Bhagavat. Bhagavat is a person who is basically a devotee of Krishna. So Bhagavat, Mahabhagavat is Prabhupada, once in a day of Brahma. But we have to become devotees. And for that we have to know about God, we have to know about the Krishna's energies and avatars and how to come out. The Prabhupada explains how the Puranas are so many in this age, because everyone is at different levels. So we are at different gunas, and based on that, knowledge is given in the different Puranas. Based on our level, the level of guna, there are different Puranas. And then now that Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam came as a Purana, people think it's also one of those Purana. But Bhagavatam is not a Purana. We say Bhagavat Puran, but this is Adi Veda, the original Mool Veda. Before Veda was spoken, this was spoken. The first 4 words, actually, Veda did come out in the creation of the universe. Asya mahatabhutasya nishvasitam etadadi vedo yajurveda samaveda tharvangi rasaha. Vedas did emanate from Mahavishnu, but they were not, we didn't get them. Lord Brahma, we understand how he got the Vedas. It's mentioned something in Brahma Samhita. But then also here in Bhagavatam it's mentioned that he got the 4 verses of Bhagavatam. So I don't know which one came first. I think Bhagavatam came first. Tapa. So anyway, what we understand, Bhagavatam is the root of the Vedas. Everything is there. 4 verses started. Now it's so great. Many more verses. But it's the root of everything. It's not a Purana. Bhagavatam is not a Purana. It's not Smriti. It is Vedanta Sutra. It's Vedanta, the end of all knowledge. The highest, this is Veda. What is to know? Vedas have so much knowledge. People aspire, I want to read Vedas, I want to get this knowledge. It's so great. They think, we can launch a weapon, we can do so many things. But get out of material existence. What a goal it is, If someone says, I want to come out of material consciousness, amazing, such a great goal. Bhagavatam will achieve that through Bhagavatam, coming out of material existence. And so, out of the Vedas, this is highest. People don't understand, they're so enamored by the Vedas. People go and study Vedas, abroad also, Indology. They have study of India and Indian culture, religion. So people are enamored, and by Vedas, Upanishads, there's some interest. If we go on the road and speak about Vedas, Upanishad, we are doing a course, people will come. Yeah. But what's the highest? They don't know. This is the highest. Therefore we say, ripened fruit of the Vedic tree. There is a great benefit and knowledge in the Vedas, but out of that, Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, this is the one that we have to come to finally. So we consider ourselves very fortunate that we came in contact with this. Otherwise, people are, in great suffering, in a hellish mentality, not knowing about God. There's one great philosopher or author or intellectual called Ernest Hemingway. His books are read, he's considered so important. I heard how he's a great thinker. He philosophized about this world and he got something right, He was saying how it's not making sense. Why are we here? What's going on? He couldn't understand. Then one day he wrote a poem. He wrote, this material life, this life is a journey from nowhere to nowhere to nowhere. He wrote that. Then he took a gun and shot himself. Basically, he came to the end of material existence. Nothing left. You get gyan, you listen to this world. What is going on? Why am I here? What's going on? But Bhagavatam was not there. He couldn't figure out. He came to the end of this material existence. So he saw everything for what it is. He said it's nowhere to nowhere, nothing. There's nothing here. There's nothing. And he was not getting that rasa anymore. Actually, he traveled a lot. He went all over. He went to Africa. He went to that Caribbean area. He saw different cultures, people, and so, unfortunate, durbhagyashali. He couldn't get. Now we got it. People come to the end of material existence because it's so much suffering. They don't know how to go after. They become miserable, and some just go on living like that in a half-dead condition. But to be given this knowledge, that will remove us and give us a higher ideal, a higher goal. This in itself is such a great thing. We may not make it now. We may not make it. Although everything is there, we should make it. But we may not be able to achieve. But the fact is in our mind, that idea is there, that there is a Supreme Personality and there's an abode and there is a spiritual energy behind this material energy. We are seeing matter everywhere, but behind that is spirit. So just to understand that is such a big relief, big relief. But those born in spiritual, environments or culture won't understand that. But simply that knowledge is a relief, such a relief. There's so many statements in other scriptures which we don't understand properly, but now we understand it with light of the Vedas, especially Bhagavatam. In the Bible it said that the truth will set you free. And what does that mean? Truth will set you free. Set you free from what? But they don't have concept of Maya there, as far as I know. In the Abrahamic religion, no concept of Maya, how we are bound up. Te shapi ishatantrayam urudamni bada. The Prahlad Maharaj is saying, it begins that nate vidusalgatim hi Vishnu, that verse. So he says that people, andayatha andaya rupaniyamane, are blind, are being led by blind. They take shelter of another blind man. You lead me. I don't know what's going on. He's blind. Where are you going to go? He's also blind. Then he says regarding those people, te api ishatantrayam urudamni bada. They're also tied up by the ropes of materialism. So we're bound by the ropes of materialism, but we cannot see it. We need proper knowledge. Now here, for example, in Bhagavad Dharma, these Shastras explaining Bhagavad Dharma properly, they explain there about how the jiva is bound up. Because by that state, when one becomes attracted to Bhagavad Dharma, the Brahma Samhita, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavad, this Gyan, by that stage, and if they desire to hear, Shrinvatam, No, it's Shushushro Shradadhanasya Vāsadeva. Shushushro, there's a verse. How can you become attracted to hearing, the desire to hear? So when Krishna says they have desire to hear about me, so this other shastras come into our life. So then they tell us how we are bound up. Otherwise, others don't understand that they're bound. So they're in this material world and they want to get relief, but they don't have the means. Through this knowledge, we understand how we are bound up and how to come out. So one has to have that ideal. This is the ideal to have in life, that I have to come out of this. Other goals they may have, but they should not be main. The main goal is to come out. But even this goal, if you put it second or third level of priority, it won't happen. It has to be the main aim. This is the top goal. And a higher goal in life means higher responsibility, higher focus, concentration. You find like military commanders, prime ministers, presidents, very responsible. I heard the head of state of this country sleeps 4 hours a day. 2-3 places I heard it. It's not possible otherwise to finish everything. How will you do all your, such a big task? People have materialists, some of them in top positions have such a big task. And to do that task, they have to be very focused. Focused, they understand what I'm doing. They have to see the big picture and take everything into perspective, because challenges are so great, obstacles are so great that we'll just say, okay, no, forget it. How are we going to do this? Forget it, leave it. Why do I have to fight all these obstacles? So that's for karmis, materialists. What about devotees? Devotees have big responsibility. Responsibilities, they're trying to come out of this material energy, to awaken their love for Krishna. But not only that, because every devotee who is a really fixed devotee, he'll take up the ideal not only for himself but for others also. We have to help others, not only ourselves. So in that case, they have to be doubly focused, much more focused than the normal karmis who are materially having high positions. Focus means, what does focus mean? Focus means so many things are there, but I'm looking at that one thing. I'm only seeing that. You might have read or heard in Mahabharata how once Dronacharya told the different brothers, Pandavas, and some of the Kurus, he wanted them to shoot a bird in a tree. So then he asked them, each of them, what are you seeing? One of them said, I'm seeing the branch, the tree. Okay, you, what are you seeing? I see the branch. Then he called Arjun, Arjun, what are you seeing? I'm seeing the bird. That's the difference. He told them to shoot the bird. When he's asking what they're seeing so many things. But Arjun said, I'm seeing the bird, focused. He was expert, na? Savya Sachin, one of the names of Arjun. What does it mean?
He's expert at shooting.
Yeah. Expert at hitting the target. So, for us who have such a high responsibility, the focus is much more important. Focus. And the vision. The vision is like, what are we doing, If that vision has to be, because for some people it won't make sense. I'll give you an example. I'm reading this book now. I'll build you a temple. By Girirajma, it's in Juhu, So, when they went to that place in the beginning, it was a swamp, forest. So Prabhupada called them to build the temple. Okay, we're going to build the temple. They're wondering, what are we doing here? Mumbai is there. Why did we come here? They couldn't understand, why are we here? There are rats, snakes, mosquitoes, we are on the beach. It's good, we'll build a temple. But why don't we build in the city? But they say, okay, Sri Guru said we'll do it, and they did it. Now, later on it made sense. Oh God, this has become a posh area, expensive area. Juhu beach is famous. And city, everyone left the city. It's so congested. Everyone shifted on the suburbs. Right near there, all the film stars are staying, and famous people. Same thing in Mayapur. What is it? I was hearing from M, begins with M. Manidhar Prabhu, Prabhupada disciple from Czech Republic, but spent many years in Germany distributing. He was saying that they went to Mayapur with Srila Prabhupada. They came, they saw so many rice fields, just rice fields. And Prabhupada came, and then they started buying the land, and then it's such a remote place. You know, you had to, even now, to go by boat and all this. Then Prabhupada was saying, we're going to establish our world headquarters here. So then Madhya's Prabhu, he looked around here. And he looked around, he saw rice field, some villagers, some cows. Then he asked the person next to him, why? Why are we doing it here? But now we can understand what's Mayapur. Oh, in that time it was a dham, but how even people are coming from the whole world. And a big project was needed. So the focus and vision, because to continue the mission and to focus, to do a task, such obstacles will come, you can't imagine. What obstacles came to establish this Juhud temple? They wrote a whole book. At the end of that, Prabhupada said that was a good fight. Someone should write a book. He said that. And that time Viraj Maharaj was there, and I think he told him to write. But anyway, he said that. Because, obstacles were there, and people left. Some people left. What are we doing here? We can't understand. So similarly, we may not have that full vision. And if we don't, but we take shelter of someone who has the vision, we understand this person has the vision, then it's fine. And we try to make sense, but we don't have that sense. What sense we have to understand what we're doing? We just do it, and later on we'll realize. And another example, maybe I shouldn't give this online. Okay, later. So, this is the importance. So now I was saying about the devotee. For us, the focus is important. Focus means, what am I doing? Focus, focus, focus. Other things will come. They will come, deal with them. But don't stop the focus. Other is the vision. Vision is that I'm seeing the whole picture. But that we'll not get unless we understand philosophy. Not only philosophy, but our position in this mission. We shouldn't lose that. If we lose that, then it doesn't make sense. What am I doing? What's going on here? It doesn't. Then our brain kicks in, our intellect. So therefore now, for a devotee, why Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam is important? We need the vast knowledge, we need this knowledge, and we have to understand it. We have to understand what is this material world, how we are trapped, what is it? We have to have the vision of a devotee, how he comes out, how he'll take shelter. How many people took shelter in Bhagavatam? Bharat Maharaj, Yudhishthir, Parikshit, Prithu, Rishabdev, same as, he's different. Rishabdev, okay, of course some are incarnations, but how he surrendered, they surrendered. Then the point is you surrender now, like this. Like this we have to surrender. So we have to have this idea, we have to have this knowledge. We have to understand the whole picture. We have to understand Goloka and material world. Have the vision. We will not get the vision till we read and understand it. Whole vision. Gita gives a preliminary, then it's expanded in Bhagavatam. And when we get that vision and focus, then good. Then we'll understand the perspective, because obstacles come. Physical, mental, whatever. Emotional, political, maybe spiritual also. Yeah, spiritual I said. Material, spiritual, emotional, political, obstacles. But if we have the vision, focus, that's where I'm going. Okay, keep going. Keep going. One Karmi saying, doubts are the obstacles we see when we lose focus of the goal. Karmis know that also. So anyway, that's the vision. So the means of conquest, here it says, tato jayam udīrayet, the means of conquest is Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Bhagavata, we have to become Bhagavat by reading Bhagavatam. By studying the knowledge, we'll understand all this. And then the map will form in our head. This is where I have to go, this is what I have to do. That's it. Then we'll be determined, more determined. But strength will come from Krishna. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam is the spotless Purana, and it is especially meant for them who desire to come out of material entanglement. How many people desire? What a great goal! It's not a small thing, coming out of Maya. How? So many lifetimes we're trapped. We can't count, eternally. And now we've come up with the goal. I want to come out of Maya. How people, we don't understand the magnitude of this mission. I mean, obstacle, how do you say it? Magnitude of this task to come out of Maya. But one who knows, the more we, hopefully advance and realize this knowledge, then we'll understand, oh, what have I come to? I've come to such a big thing. But now we have faith maybe in a person who we admired, so because of him we joined, and some things kept us. But gradually we realize, oh, where have I come? What is this great knowledge? What is this great task I've taken up? It's a very huge task. It's not a joke. So, as the karmis are so focused, so much, alert, and we have to be more than that. Our task is more than them. Theirs is nothing. They're managing one small tract of land in this planet, or one company, or some people. We want to come out of material existence. That's a big task. So, very alert, very focused, always in tuned in. That, this is the position, this is what I have to do. The means is Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. By constantly hearing, it's a nityam bhagavata seva. We can stay focused. It's very difficult without Bhagavata. I don't know how people are, they're able to go on. Hare Krishna. Any question?
I have a comment.
Yeah.
Ernest, who you were mentioning. So his life could be compared to the Mayavadis. The Mayavadis, they come to a point where they understand that material existence is not good, and not in their best interest. But then they don't know what's the right alternative. So then they just commit in one sense, they are
spiritual suicide. Yeah.
So because they want to completely eradicate everything that they know, everything in existence. They say it's all nothing, or it's all Brahman. So we call it all Mithya.
Yeah. That's what Prabhupada said.
So this Ernest shooting himself, same thing. They are trying to basically shoot themselves, but not in the same way.
The step higher therein is they realize Brahman. They realize the impersonal. So that is somehow keeping. Actually, we have Brahmavadis and Mayavadis. Yeah, but Brahmavadis are like the Chatursana, 4 Kumaras. They became Brahman realized and they were quite satisfied. Then they found out the personal nature and took it. But Mayavadis are Brahmavadis, they got that realization, then they reject personal. It came, they saw, but they reject it, or offend it, or don't want it. And that the reason for that is Vita, Raga, Bhaya, Krodha, Manmaya, Mam, Upashrita. Those Bhaya, Raga, Krodha. So for them it's Bhaya, fear of personal. Prabhupada writes there. Fear of the personal thing, because I had a bad experience with persons and people. So I don't want to say accept the personal nature of God and of me in the spiritual world. For fear that again will have to suffer with people and material existence. Okay, Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai.